As I get a little older, I realize life is perspective. Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5. Quick question. Do you see the glass as half empty or half full? This question is directed at you, the person watching this video. So type your answer in the comment section. Now, this question has served as the pillar to understanding people's perspective to life in the psychology world, whether they are pessimists or optimists. As for me, I view the glass as not having enough water to quench my thirst. But that's what makes this question so unique. The answer is dependent on how you view the glass. This brings us to the core issue of the day. Perspective. Let's start by understanding what perspective is, in a simple, straightforward way. Perspective is how you view the world. It's the lens in which you view a certain situation. For example, if you plan to go out for a swim and it rains, you view the rain as bad, but to a farmer, that's the best thing that could happen for them. The rain is neither good nor bad, it just is. It's just how you view it that matters. Same rain, just different people who have different perspectives. Now, I know you want to know how a change in perspective will make you a billionaire, so let's get into it. In business, we have consumers and innovators. Now, what makes these people different is their perspective towards life. Consumers remain poor, while innovators become billionaires. Now, when an innovator and a consumer enter a coffee shop, they enter the same. They may buy the same coffee for the same price, but the difference is when they leave differently. What makes them different is perspective. Here's how. The consumer is only concerned about how the product or service can help them. In simple, a consumer is only concerned about themselves. While an innovator enters a business, they have a different lens. Now, of course, innovators question whether they will like the product or not, but they also try to find problems so they can understand how to better the product, not only for themselves but also for others. When a consumer enters a store that's successful like Louis Vuitton, they are probably wondering whether they will find that bag they saw on a magazine. When Steve Jobs entered Louis Vuitton for the first time, he was amazed by the luxury and feel of the company. He asked himself how he could transfer this feeling of luxury and simplicity to every Apple store in the country, so that when a person enters an Apple store, they can feel how he felt. Now, that's not his words verbatim, that's me paraphrasing, but that's how billionaires make it. When they encounter a problem, they don't sulk. They ask how they can solve this problem not only for themselves, but for everyone out there who is going through the same problem as me. That's what Steve Jobs used to encourage people to do, to always innovate. Companies like Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, Google, and Amazon are successful for one reason, because of people like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, and Elon Musk. These people are not that different from you and I. But when they saw a problem like everyone else, because for their companies to be successful, other people found those products useful. The difference between these innovators and the billions of consumers who are using their products is when they saw a problem, they looked for a solution, not acceptance. So I ask you, are you constantly being an innovator or just a consumer? The best part is, to be an innovator, you don't need to change anything physical. Nor do you need a certain amount of money, you just need to change your perspective from consumer to innovator. So always look for problems and find solutions. Ask yourself why certain businesses are succeeding and why others are failing. Then take that input and put it in your own business. Because innovation is not only in technology, it's also in every sector, be it luxury or health. Companies like Starbucks, Nike, and even Louis Vuitton were birthed by people who thought different and had a different perspective to every situation they encountered. And remember, perspectives will sometimes differ. Here is a case study. Two entrepreneurs were asked, who both were very successful, why BlackBerry was beat by Apple. One entrepreneur said it's because BlackBerry was trying to beat Apple. They tried to make a better iPhone than iPhone and they failed. That's because you can't make a better Apple than Apple. The other entrepreneur said it's all because BlackBerry was focusing on being the biggest mobile company in the world, while Apple was focused on being the best, and the best will always beat the biggest. They were two successful entrepreneurs worth millions of dollars. With the same question, they had different answers based on the fact they had different perspectives. I don't know who's right, you can decide for yourself. So I call you to be an innovator rather than a consumer. In a world often focused on consumption, there's immense value in cultivating a mindset geared towards creating solutions and challenging the status quo. This approach can lead to breakthroughs and progress in various aspects of life, from personal growth to societal advancement. Open your mind to possibilities aligns with the essence of innovation. It's about seeing beyond the obvious, questioning assumptions, and imagining new realities. This mindset can transform how we approach challenges, turning obstacles into opportunities for creative problem solving. Keep seeking solutions rather than accepting problems. It shifts us from a passive to an active role in shaping our environment and circumstances. This problem-solving orientation can be applied at all levels, from addressing personal challenges to tackling global issues. So at last I will ask you again, and this time answer with whatever answer you see fit. Do you see the glass half empty or half full? Always see the glass as a canvas of potential. Its current state is less important than what it could become. The water level isn't a fixed reality, but a starting point for exploration. What if you added ice and changed its volume? What if you used the glass for something entirely different? The glass represents not just its contents, but the myriad possibilities it holds for those willing to imagine and innovate. Now go out there and innovate.